Okay, everyone, welcome to the weekend wrap up with myself, Michael Noss, CMT from StatsEdgeTrading.com. Usually on the weekend, we take a longer and more detailed look at the market, but this one's going to be pretty quick because, as you can see, I'm in Las Vegas for a conference. So this is just something that I'm really excited to do. I love doing conferences like this, giving speeches, trying to teach people about the markets and all that kind of stuff. But that being said, it just kind of leaves a little bit less time for this. So next week, back at home, back in action. So today what we're actually going to do is we're going to go over I haven't put this in yet, we're actually going to go over the Substack in which I do every day. So if you're not getting this via Substack and you want to make sure you get the email sent to you, then just go to StatsEdgeTrading.com and sign up for that, or just go to Substack and look for Michael Noss CMT, and you can get it there as well. Usually you see me look actually at the charts, but then I take those screenshots and I put them here and I upload the video, and everything kind of comes in one place, and you get a little bit more, thoughts of the market and that kind of stuff when I do this. So. Quickly to the currency front, as we always start, this euro pound I've been talking about for a while here. Nice kind of rounded base and a breakout week this week here on the charts right here. So if this can get going above this high, we might see a little push for euro pound. Again, this is the currency, the cross currency between the euro and the pound doesn't move much, but I do find it's a really good trader because when it puts up little patterns like this, it often will move to a next resistance and a next support. So it's a good trading vehicle. It's certainly not an investment vehicle. Down here to Bitcoin, not much to add. A little tiny inside week. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks now inside this range. What do you do with that, right? You wait for it to break one way or the other. I still do have my short position on in Bitcoin. It's very small. I'm looking to kind of add if we can get like a decisive breakdown. But you're just kind of getting chopped up into gold. This anchored VWAP pinch I've been talking about for a long time is still happening here on gold, just kind of bopping around this level right here. I need to kind of bet that it's going to go and break to the direction of the trend, but I'm waiting for that to happen to make a trade. Just easily go the other way. Same here with silver. The top VWAP isn't as pronounced, just anchoring from here, but 200-week moving average and this anchored VWAP below is actually acting as a bit of support. So we're looking to see if we can get a push up here. And then just the euro, right? The euro is now down like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 10 weeks in a row. Into a little bit of support, getting close to the anchored VWAP from these lows right here. You gotta think it's going to bounce at some point. So when I see a longer term chart like this, I zoom into a shorter term chart to try to see if I can kind of time entries from there. Uranium's kind of interesting because it's been the strongest security in the market right here. Or the strongest ETF that I've been watching for a long period of time. Inside week basically means that the bulls nor the bears gained any ground, and we're just inside on this week. So kind of looking to see if we can break that next week, maybe continue up into this kind of $30 a share. I still own a couple uranium stocks, but I may add more. And then the SPY, we know it was a down week. It's one of the reasons that I like zooming out on these markets. If you spend too much time on Twitter, right, the sky is falling, everything's awful, it's the end of the world, blah, 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 blah. And then you look out on the weekly chart, and, we're kind of near, maybe a little bit below this support point right here, and then we're kind of right at this point right here. So, I say kind of just because we're not exactly, technically we broke down that support, and technically we're not quite at that resistance, but this is why the old saying that you have to draw your support and resistance with a crayon instead of a pencil, these are zones, so around these zones. Now, if we break that, we could probably come all the way to 420, right? And that would still be fine. If we come down to 420 and we find some support there and push higher, that's a very healthy market. So a couple names that I've added, BLTE, nice bull flag. My scanning was very simple on the weekend, which is good because I'm away, but basically just went into trade ideas and just typed in like, hey, show me stuff up this week. Right? Anything that's up this week is something that's interesting to me. Big push on this BTLE on Friday. This JTech massive runner from $1 to $5, kind of pulls back in, and then now is putting in this tightening pattern. So if we can get back above the anchored VWAP from this move, which is kind of this purple line right here, so roughly, 375, give or take. I'm looking to see if we can kind of go up and tag highs here. CRNX, big gap up, and now is just consolidating sideways. I think I've had this one on for a few days. And T-Stat, same thing, right? Big, massive gap up, and now pulling back nicely, but didn't get hammered with the market last week. So we're going to see if this $15 acts as support. Maybe we get a move up to 20. ESTC, this is the only thing that triggered for me on Friday. I actually picked some of this up. Right, stop's going to go under this swing low right here. And then, if you're new to seeing the Substack, just right here on the bottom, you can take that link, you can import it into Trade Ideas, and just get everything that I'm watching, the levels I'm watching, some notes for why I'm watching them. If you don't have Trade Ideas, click on these links and you can use StatsEdge for 15% off checkout. Thanks, guys, for coming to this weekend edition where you can hear probably planes and stuff going overhead. Back at it next week, and I'll talk to you guys then.